Hello, hi there everybody, and welcome to my channel. And this is your Taurus love horoscope for May 2019. I do hope that you are all well. My name is Bella, and most people know me as Bella the Secret Psychic. And if you'd like to know more about me and my services, all the links are just down below. So let's just crack on, shall we, with what your love horoscope forecast is for this month. Just to let you know, if you watch me for the first time, I am a psychic, so I don't use cards. I tune in with my spirit guides to give you the guidance so that you can navigate your love life successfully. So shall we jump right in? Right, first of all, my lovelies, there's a couple of things, because I get some of you, and maybe this is a bit of lingering energy from the end of April, where some of you are feeling, what's the word to use? Delay. I think some of you might be devastated. Some of it might be deflated. Some of it might be exhausted. Some of it might be just like I just get some of you feeling flat on your bottom because of a delay in a situation that you perhaps expected to have been resolved, to be better, and it hasn't got better, or it hasn't improved, or you haven't heard from somebody, and it's causing you some niggling distress in varying degrees. And what mostly my guides are saying here is that it seems to be messing with some of your intuition. So it's almost like, even if you never saw this reading or any other, you have told yourself, I feel this connection. I feel like something is going to happen. I just know it is. Like, there's a bit of claircognizance going on with some of you. But you're puzzled as to why it's not manifested just yet. And because of that, it's kind of messing with your intuition about whether you can trust yourself and your judgments that you thought would happen. And my guides are firstly saying, that's normal, but also it's an element that this whole situation that seems to be flooring you a little bit right now is out of your control. It's down to the control of the other person growing, learning, making inputs, doing what they need to do in order to bridge the gap that seems to be present for you in May. And you start, so some of you it'll be the first week you feel like that, some of you it could even linger into the second week, because it depends on the sign that you are working with, to, I guess, you get into a place of being able to feel to resolve this. But what my guides want to say is, in this month, the delay that's been carried forward that maybe should have manifested in April will happen this month. Now, the first thing they want to shine a light on very, very much is this kind of doubt about your intuition. And firstly, that being resolved by that person doing what you hope they would do, or somebody returning, or whatever it is for you. That's the first thing that's going to be like, yeah, I was right. But secondly, this is also about control. This is also about control and expectations. They're saying here that at the moment you have given power, even if it's not been verbalized, because you've given them emotional power to keep you hostage at this moment in time, to affect your emotions in such a low way, that they want you to take your control back. They want you to not give it to them, even in this kind of energetic sense, because they're saying when you do that you feel better. But also there's a part of the whole kind of law of attraction that kind of happens, because where you'll take your worry away from that because you've taken back control, it allows that energy of what you were hoping for to step forward. It's like I say to people, the more we're grateful about, the more grateful things that happen. The more that we are positive about things, the more positive things that happen. The more that we linger, we worry, we panic, the more that happens also too. So take back your power. My guides really, because I can really feel the frustration with some of you about, in particular, the delay in something happen, or the delay in communication, particularly for those of you who have a long distance relationship, or somebody has been away from you for a while. You really need to get this started in your mind for a number of reasons. One, because you might feel like you might decide to go elsewhere, or that you are worried that it's taking so long that perhaps maybe they've gone off you or it's going elsewhere, and you need them to see them to do the work. Now, like I said, for some of you that might last for 2 weeks, but I do get in the second and the third week that the delay in regards to things, you getting what you hoped for, desired, whether this be contact, improvement in your relationship, communication, you know, finally dating somebody for the first time, you know, maybe you've been frustrated because you're fed up of being single and meeting bums, basically. But in the second and third week, it manifests, which then aligns your intuition to, you know, if anything, my guides seem to be much more particularly concerned about your worries around your self-worth, but also, I guess, self-intuitiveness, that once it happens, you become then much more aligned. And like I said, if you can take control sooner, then it won't be impacting you in the same way. Then I get, okay, so I get a second or third week, this other person stepping forward, giving you what you want. Mostly. I have to say mostly, because I don't know. And again, I get so much, Taurians, about your expectations. So, because my guides are saying here, you are getting what you intuitively hope for. You are getting what you want, but maybe it's packaged something differently. So it's a little bit like if you knew you were going to get engaged, or you hoped, and maybe this is what this is. You know, maybe somebody like, I want to get engaged. When's that person going to ask me? And then they do, you know, get down on one knee, you know, and ask you to marry you. So you're so excited, and then they show you the ring. And then you look at the ring and you go, oh my God, they got me a gold ring when I wanted white gold. Don't they know me at all? So there is something that you feel too preoccupied about the expectations of what or how they've packaged it, that my guides are saying be mindful that you, because you've been in a negative state, hence why they want you to take this control back and maybe even manage your expectations, that they're saying that then when you actually get what you want, there's a small element that bugs you about it, because it's almost like you to the point that you could get focused on it and turn it from this positive into a negative. So using that ring analogy, if that was me and I was in that, oh my God, they got me the wrong colour ring, you might then spend the next week or two worrying about whether you should tell them, or getting so upset that they didn't know you at all. You know, how many times have I said to them that I want a white gold ring? This means they don't value anything that I say. They just don't listen to me. Like, you could, do you see what I mean? Turn this offer, this thing you've been waiting for, on its head instead of looking at it positively. So the positive in that scenario I've just given you is, okay, they got it wrong. I'll talk to them about, if they've got the receipt, we can change it. Perhaps actually this is what they could afford. You know, actually the fact that they finally asked me is actually more important. Who cares about a ring? I could talk to them about the wedding band or something later, or get a better eternity ring or something later. Like, they want you to focus on what the person has done that's positive, and not get hooked up on the one little thing in your vision that was slightly off. Because if not, you'll just, I don't know, like have sour grapes about it all for the rest of the month, and it will be negatively distracting. I do get from this other person also, which is something that, again, if you get distracted, you don't see that they are willing to put in all the work that is necessary. So again, if you've been having problems in communication in a relationship, they are willing to put the work in. If you're meeting somebody for the first time and finally you've made somebody who wants to stick around, that's compatible with, they want to put the work in. Maybe somebody's come back to you after a long period of absence, they want to put the work in. The trouble is that you also have to put the work in too. And if you get yourself distracted with the little things, or the little one thing, that they quite didn't do right, then I don't want to be saying to you in June that you still have problems. So they are, dear Taurians, putting just a small little bit of responsibility on your end to manage your expectations, to take your power back, and not to give so much to that person so that they're affecting you so negatively, and to look and put your energy in what is working. And they appreciate that all that time of the delay of it, of course, may impact why you feel that way, but they're asking you to try not to, for your highest good, because this is what these readings are about. So I super hope that's helped. I'd love to hear from all of you. And again, like I said, if you'd like to know more about me and my services, the links are all just down below. And yeah, it feels like you have to take control here. If you can do that, everything pretty much runs very, very well. So I hope that has helped you, and you all take care now.